I am so happy. Um, so this is what happened. My name change finally came through. So it took me about a month and a half to get everything um, done. For them to get everything done, I put it in about a month and a half ago, and I paid my whole. It came out to almost I think 428 with the fingerprints and all. And a lot of people had told me that the state of Florida will be kind of hard for name change. Not some, particularly just the area that I'm in. I had talked to probably like two guys who had done it here, and a couple of ladies that had also done it here that had problems that needed lawyers. So I was kind of scared. I was like, my biggest thing was is that I was like, I know for a lot of people it's probably not a big deal because you have to do what you have to do, but I didn't want to go to court and be outed and have to say everything in front of everyone else because it was in family court and there was going to be tons of people. And I'm well known from the shift that I used to work when I worked graveyard. And as big as this place is, it's very small in reality. It's weird, but it kind of is people wise. You run into so many people. So what ended up happening is that I had called the courthouse about 2 weeks ago, and I spoke with a really nice lady, and she told me, she said, "Well, your name change hasn't. It'll take about another month." So I was been awake. Well, I woke up yesterday. Something had told me to call 3 days before, but I didn't. I woke up yesterday and something said just call the courthouse. So I got online, I called or whatever. Anyway, what ended up happening is that I called, and she's like, "Do you have your case number?" I said no, and I gave her my information. And she says, "What is the name that you're gonna be under when you have your name changed?" And I told her, I said, she says I didn't want to tell her the whole name because I was kind of, how people are, and I know how I am, but I was kind of shaky about it. So I said, Tosh so and so, and she said, "Is it Todd Michael?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's gonna be my name, Tosh Todd Michael." And she said, "Did you receive your packet in mail?" And I said, "What packet?" And she said, "This is this your address?" She gave me the address. I said, "No." I said, "I've currently moved." And then she says, "Well," she says, "What would you like to be called?" And I said, "Huh?" She says, "Tosh or Todd?" And I said, "I really don't care as long as it gets done." And she said, "Well, congratulations, Mr. Todd." She said, "Your name has been changed." And I was in shock. I was like, I didn't have to go to court or anything. She says, "No." She said, "Congratulations." And I was shocked. And I said, "Okay." I said, "So what do I do now?" She says, "Go to the courthouse since you haven't received your packet." And she says, "You can pick it up from any courthouse." So I went there. I haven't got my driver's license changed yet. But let me, I don't know how I'm going to manage to do this. I just want to really cover up my last name. I don't think you guys can probably see it, but I'll just put it up there. This is basically what the paper looks like, the seal and everything for the state of Florida. Um, so basically, for everybody who has gotten it changed already knows what it says, but it says the final judgment change in name, um, and it has my old name and my new name. The funny part is that it actually got done March 2nd, and I picked it up on March 24th. So it had been done. I am so happy. It's crazy. I went to I got my paper. My wife was sleeping, and I came in here and she was like knocked out. And I'm like, "Dagger, wake up!" I'm like, "My name got changed." And she's like jumping out of bed really fast and just started crying. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, I never saw her jump out of bed that fast. I was so much shocked that I just kind of stood in one place because I was like, I was waiting on the court date. In my mind, I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "I don't want to go to court. I don't want to have to bind for like 6 hours for, And I was just kind of like, I'm just nervous about court." But I truly got blessed. A lot of guys be going, "You are so lucky," because they never heard that it would just come through mail. I don't know if anyone else it has done that, but in Palm Beach County, I guess because they have so much other stuff, it it was done. It was done. No court, no anything. I am truly blessed and happy. I went to the DMV yesterday, and I was all prepared. It was bad because I didn't cash my check, so I had like exactly $25 in my pocket. I had to go cash a lottery ticket I had, and I go up there and I'm ready to go. And then they changed the whole policy, so now you need a birth certificate, two forms of ID, your older ID, your social security card, your a bill stating your name and your address. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff you have to get, but I'm happy. I will not complain. So I have to go change my social security card, which I'm probably gonna go do today, and then I have to wait for my birth certificate to come in, and I'm set. I am officially Tosh Todd Michael, which is great for me. I am happy as I can be. Man, this came around so unexpected, and I mean, it made my day yesterday. It honestly just made my day because I've waited so long and I've postponed so many things because I was just kind of like, well, if I go to school now, I'm not gonna have to take a security class. I was like, dude, if I go to school now, I'm gonna have to change my name, so maybe I should wait. And people get so confused, and and first thing my wife says, now you're on the right track. Now you're on the right track. So it's like I see it like I have one more major step. That's to have top surgery, and once that is complete, I am good to go, and then my hip is on the way. So I officially have my name changed. I am excited. I'm happy. It it made my whole day. I mean, literally, like I, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like this feeling, like like oh my god, I am officially who I am. So name wise, it's I don't know, it's crazy. It's like it happened just like that, and I was so freaking out, and it's really not a big deal. I mean, they sent it through the mail, and I was just kind of like, you really sent it to the mail? She was like, yes. And I'm like, no court. I kept going, no court, no court. And she's like, you have no court date. You not come to court. She was like, you have a squeaky clean background, and your fingerprints came back really good from the FBI or something like that. She's like, you're good to go. Dude, I was so happy. So for anyone that lives in Florida, there actually may be a chance that you will not have to go to court. And I'm truly blessed that I was one of them because I really didn't want to go to court. I did not want to have a court date. And I didn't know that it could work that way. I had no idea. No one had ever told me that. Everyone was just kind of like, you have to go to court and you have to do this. But I didn't. The price is more expensive here. I paid $410 for my name change, plus the additional fees, like $10 for the fingerprints and paper here. You got to pay $3, two here. So it came out to more than $410, but it was so worth it not having to go to court and all. Um, I just filled out my paperwork, put it in, got the fingerprints. That took me like 4 days running back and forth, but it got done. So yes, I am officially Todd Michael, and I am very excited about that. That is like a very big bump for me to cross over, and I'm happy. So just want to let you guys know, and yeah, that's about it.